that was the profit margin for that 1 week. Alhamdulillah, look, that does go up, that goes down, it varies. It's not to say that's what I get all the time and every week. Look, there will be some weeks where I've got much more than that, and there will be some weeks where I've got less than that. But Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers and my sisters, today I want to go through how does a recruitment company make its money? What are the two ways that a recruitment company makes its money? How much can a recruitment company make? And I'm going to show you some invoices, and I'm going to show you some of the money coming in and out, just to give you guys an idea of exactly the amount of money we charge per person that we place into a job. So like this video before we get into it, share with your family and friends, and oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, give it a subscribe. There are two types of ways that a recruitment company will make its money. One being the permanent side. So in essence, when someone starts a job, we will charge them a percentage of their salary depending on what we agree with them, what we negotiate with. That will be the permanent fee. So it's like someone's going to start a job. The client says to me, I'm looking for someone, I want them to start permanently. What's your charges? I will tell them, for example, I'm going to charge you 15%. And on that 15%, we're looking at £4,500 on a £30,000 salary. So that will be one way a recruitment company will make its money. The £4,500 for the £30,000 salary. Is that all? No, of course. Sometimes a client might say, well, look, I've got 4 or 5 jobs. Can you do it for less? Now, usually, I'm not going to lie, the going down isn't really something that I like to do. However, of course, depending on the situation, I may say, okay, from 15%, I'll do 14% in return for this, that, and the other. But that all comes into negotiating. And if you guys want to learn about negotiating, then comment below, let me know. Maybe I'll make some videos on about. Now, the other side is the contracting side. The contracting side being, if someone is starting a job for £10 an hour, I will charge the company £15 per hour. And in essence, my profit margin is a £5. That does vary depending on how your contract is getting paid, PAYE, umbrella, or limited. Now, that's something which is quite in depth and I have to go in through a lot of information. But the point being is your margin is around the £5 an hour. Now, if your margin is £5 per hour, then that's £200 timesheet profit per week if the guy is working on a 40-hour basis. Now, I know you guys might be like, well, that doesn't sound like too much, or it doesn't sound like, oh, a crazy amount. Don't worry. I'm going to show you maybe how that breaks down, and just to give you an idea. So my brothers and sisters, I don't just want to give you and tell you exactly what a contract and permanent, I don't want to waffle too much basically. So I'm going to show you exactly how much one person makes, and give you the numbers and give you an idea of exactly how a recruitment company makes their money and basically how much it can work out to be. So let's get into it. So this in essence is the end date of when the candidate worked. So for example, the 20th of December, 27th of December, all this is 1 week worth of, in essence, profit, margin, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to break this down for you. By the way, I've taken some bits out. I've taken the client name out, which is usually here. I've taken out the candidate name, which is usually there, because, you know what I mean, got to be a bit private and that. I can't be giving you guys all the information. So here though, the candidate net. This is what the candidate in essence is paid. So the candidates are paid these amounts. You can see here, this is just for me. So this is, I am the consultant. Of course, like I own the company, right? But this is these are my contractors. These are no one else's contractors. So here, right in the end, you can see the balance. Now, the balance is in essence the profit take home. Now, I'm not going to go into these other little amounts like Sonovate net, you know, the VAT. I'm not going to go into that because I could be here ages basically. Now listen, if you guys want me to talk about this more, go into detail, all that stuff, let me know in the comments below. But the balance is basically what one candidate made me per week. So £228 is what this candidate, whatever his name is, I can't tell you obviously, he made me £228 in that 1 week. So if you add this all up, it's basically £2,160, and that was the profit margin for that 1 week. Alhamdulillah, look, that does go up, that goes down, it varies. It's not to say that's what I get all the time and every week. Look, there will be some weeks where I've got much more than that, and there will be some weeks where I've got less than that. But that's in essence how much the contractors make me. But that's not all. There is also the permanent side, and I'll just quickly brief you through the permanent side. Now, this placement was made in January the 20th. I made this placement. So check this though, this is interesting. The placement fee was 8%. 8%. Now you guys are going to be like, right, you're giving out bargains. I'm saying 15%, 10%, 12%. What's going on? This one was a little bit different. It was an odd situation. The client, in essence, wanted the candidate for a year's contract. and didn't want to pay a fee for a contractor on an ongoing basis. So he just said, look, like, what can you do for me on a one-off? I'm only going to have him for a year. So I said, okay, fine. If you're only going to have him for a year, I'll do it for 10%. And we agreed on 8%. So that was £3,200. I've taken out the information, my address, the company's name. The candidate's salary was £40,000. I charged 8%. The fee was £3,200. Obviously, including the VAT, £640, £3,840. That was one candidate. But just to give you an idea, this one client, I worked with on an exclusive basis. And so they actually gave me someone else that I filled as well, which I'll just show. I've taken some of the information out, invoice for. I don't want to give the client's name and the candidate's name. That's not needed. But this again gives you the idea. For this placement, it was actually a permanent placement. It wasn't a one-year contract. The salary of the person was £50,000. We charged a fee of 12%, and the total was £6,000. And so the point being is, 3,000 plus 6,000 plus 2,000 pound a week. You can do the maths yourself. This is basically how a recruitment company makes its money, the permanent side and the contracting side. In essence, this is how we add up everything, how we run our business. You know, this is in essence what I do myself. Other people will do their own thing within the business. This is just the information that I can give you for myself. I wouldn't really want to share their details as well. But I hope this gives you enough information. So my brothers and sisters, again, Jazakallah khairan for always supporting the channel, always sharing the love, because you always do. I really do appreciate it. Look, if these sort of videos are beneficial and you want to carry on watching these sort of videos, again, like this video, share with your family and friends, but most importantly, subscribe, join the community, man. Inshallah, we can grow and we can grow to be successful together. That is genuinely the dream for us all. I hope, again, this benefits you. We'll have more like these videos. If you want me to go more and more into detail, maybe comment below and let me know. That's all from me today. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.